Well, just let the Dodo Wrestling fan adjust his camera. Hello there, people of YouTube land. This is the Dodo Wrestling fan here today to do a quick look at Mario Kart 8 DLC Part 2. A couple weeks ago when I did my Sonic Adventure 2 Super Bounce Glitch Guide, I promised that I'd do this, so here it is. If my voice sounds a little bit weird, it's because head cold. Yeah, that's sort of a thing that's happening a lot lately, is head colds, stomach flus, yeah. So this is like one of the first days, like, out of the whole month where I haven't, like, my stomach hasn't hurt or, like, my head isn't, like, aching or something like that. But yeah, I'm finally getting over all this stuff, so you'll probably see uploads a little bit more frequently, so here we go. A couple of weeks back, Nintendo released the... Yeah, as you can see, they released the 200cc DLC, like the Animal Crossing DLC, but I will do one race from 200cc because I'm going to get a feel for Mario Kart 8 as I am a little bit rusty at it, but folks, here they are, the DLC characters. We got Villager, Isabelle, and Dry Bowser. Looks totally BA, doesn't he? Yeah, he really does look badass, but for the sake of this, we can choose between a male and a female villager, and because I'm a dude, we're going to choose the dude villager. And we might as well do it in a Mario Kart 8, like, cart that they got, so... What was a cart that they got exclusive to this sort of DLC? I can't really recall. I remember the Dry Bones one being a thing. I think it's this. The P-Wing might be a car that came with it. I'm not sure at all. I'm gonna try to see, like, Mr. Scooty, Yoshi Bike, Master Cycle. The City Tripper. Yes, that's it, right there. And is there any Animal Crossing yes, there is. The Leaf Tires. So, yes. Let's go on to the Animal Crossing Cup, where where it's full of, like, Baby Park and all, Cheese Land and all that stuff. Taking a long time. There we go. And as you can see, Baby Park looks a little bit different from the GameCube version. Looks much more gorgeous. Actually, that's the thing. Mario Kart 8 is easily one of the more gorgeous racing games out there. Go! I always have a hard time getting the boost, but here we are, Baby Park. Once again, the mayhem ensues around the 7-lap oval course. That's more like a roller coaster as there are inclines and stuff like that. It's kind of, ooh, Toad, you little crap. As you can see, the madness is already ensuing on Baby Park. And I am not the best Mario Kart 8 player, as you probably already guessed. I'm not the best. What did he hit me with? That's the joy of Baby Park. You don't even know what you're getting hit by. You just get hit by stuff. That was completely my fault. Although, I guess revenge is rather sweet. Let's kick it into high gear, come on. I'm not losing, come on. This is 100cc, I can do this. There you go, Toad. Yeah, I'm bringing out those MLG Pro Strats. Yeah, I'm using it. But Baby Park, when I was a little kid, was easily my favorite track in Mario Kart Double Dash, just due to how crazy this track would get. And its simple layout, I was able to usually win races on Baby Park. It was the only track that I really could because it was just an oval, right? And I just noticed that the music with every lap keeps getting faster and faster and faster and faster until it just gets... Yeah, there we go. We made up for it because we got somebody dropped their mushroom. So, yeah, but the music, it really gets insane at the end of it. Another mushroom, sweet. Although, of course, I feel as if the track is a little bit easier because you don't have to worry about those big Bowser shells and the giant, like, Donkey Kong bananas, as there's no special moves in Mario Kart 8. Which is something that I'd really like, that I hope they bring back. The special moves. It was really cool. And how if you completed the game, you got a Petey Piranha and King Boo, and how they could use anybody's special move. That was great. And how you unlock the Warp Pipe as a car. Yeah, and like the Parade car was also another thing if you completed the game. So here we are in a Game Boy Advance remake, and it's not even distinguishable from the Game Boy Advance version of the track. It's completely different. Like, there's, aside from cheese everywhere, like this is like driving through an Italian restaurant. That's pretty much all there is to it. Because it was a really simplistic track on Super Circuit due to the fact that, yeah, your Game Boy Advance couldn't do graphics like this, so... Of course the track is going to be quite different from the GBA counters. Which is why I guess so many people want to see the GBA tracks get some more love in the retro circuits, because they could just be new circuits, because they're so unlike their original. Actually, fascinating fact, Mario Kart Super Circuit, and this might come as a shock, was the very first video game I ever played. It really was. And I still feel as if it's the worst Mario Kart, but hey. You gotta start somewhere, right? The Game Boy Advance was the first console that ever got bought for me as well. So we got a green shell, and I've noticed ever since some updates came that you don't get the coin quite as much as you used to, which is a really nice thing. See, we can actually protect ourselves against that red shell, because we hardly get the coins anymore. But I just probably jinxed myself, because what item am I gonna get? Coin? But yeah, okay, I did not jinx myself. That's a good thing. That was a banana that I dropped last time, and it's still there, wow. Proving how pretty much useless the banana is as like a projectile weapon. Yeah, you can't protect yourself against the green shells when they do that. Tanuki, Mario. You're not even a character. You shouldn't be separate. You should just be a costume for Mario. And the fact that he pushed me back to 4th, I'm going to get him for that. Holy crap, Koopa. How fast is your cart? The scooter is bar none not the best car in the game. I much prefer the Master Cycle in terms of DLC cars. Because this thing is really... It's not the fastest, and it's not like the... It's not the slowest, but it's not the best handling either. It's just... It feels as if they just put it there because they had to have extra carts in the game. But here we go, folks, and I don't let any Tanuki suit, costume wearing, character slot stealing ripoff of Mario take me from the #1 spot. No way! Here we have the Wild Woods, which is really reminiscent of the final track, if any of you know this. Sorry about that, folks, but, if any of you remember this, you had a fantastic childhood. That would be Hot Wheels World Race, and this is like the final track from Hot Wheels World Race. I can't really, like, Vast Forest or something like that. Hot Wheels World Race also had, another jungle-themed track, and I remember what this one's called. It's called Emerald Crater. That was the course that it was, and there was a really hard part at the end of Emerald Crater where it was like it would split up into all these chicanes. And folks, though, like I said, I've probably mentioned the game before. If you haven't played Hot Wheels World Race, it's really cheap in used stores. It's not easy to find, but if you find it, it's no more than slightly over $10. I'd recommend the GameCube version, but you can't really go wrong with the PS2 version either. Like, they're the same. So pick it up if you see it, along with Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge, because back in the day, I know Hot Wheels World's Best Driver is not the world's best Hot Wheel game, but... Oh, Hot Wheel games back in the day, man, they were good. Maybe I'm just nostalgic blind, though, I don't know. I could go back and play them and say that they suck, but... I don't know, I think I'd still like them quite a bit. So this is almost like, I'm not a Star Wars fan, but there's like, if you've seen like one of the movies, you know that there's like a town where all the Ewoks are living, or like whatever the hell they're called, and they like live in tree houses or something like that. I kind of got that from Family Guy's like Blue Harvest or whatever it was, but it's kind of like the Wookiee village or whatever the hell they're called. I don't care about Star Wars. What am I even talking about? Yeah, you'd probably take me for a Star Wars fan, but sorry if I disappointed anyone. I'm not really into Star Wars. Or Star Trek, for that matter. I've never been much of a sci-fi guy, even though I do like space and science as like school learning activities, like educationally wise. I don't know if that's the right word. No. Oh, yes! We at least landed on the platform. That was going to be terrible. I probably would have lost the race if I, Oh, no. See what I mean? Like, I was turning right, but the car went left, so... It's not a car, it's a scooter, but still. It's not the best kart in the game. I wouldn't recommend driving this kart. I'm just doing it to show off, like, all the DLC-ness of this Mario Kart 8 DLC. Oh, the horn makes me feel really satisfied, because it's... Ta-da! Yeah! I did it! I succeeded! Yeah! And before you guess, no, I don't play Animal Crossing either. When I was a little kid, here's the thing. I'm going to actually go over my least favorite games. And this is probably going to hurt some people's feelings. Because my 3 least favorite games, like, I know they aren't the worst games out there. I really know they aren't the worst, but they're the games that disappointed me the most. And just kind of really made me sad and didn't leave a good taste in my mouth were easily Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. It just wasn't... I wanted a Mario platformer. I didn't want a Mario RPG. And I'm sure if I went back now and played it, it probably wouldn't be so bad. But I could be wrong about that. I could still hate it. The other game that I thought was sucky was I saw the ads for it when I was a little kid, when I was in school. Like back when I was in like elementary school. It was Animal Crossing, and I really wanted the game, but then I kept getting this Mr. Rossetti fellow, kept saying, well, don't go reset, and how do you know? Actually, matter of fact, Mr. Rossetti's right there. And the game just did nothing but yak, and yak, and yak, and I was bored to tears. I was really bored. I don't find it addicting, I just found the game to be extraordinarily boring. And folks, as I am a Zelda fan, Zelda fans have their own loves and hates. Some people, you know, hate the Wind Waker and love Twilight Princess. And it's not Twilight Princess either, as I think there are a lot of good merits about Twilight Princess. I'm not calling the game terrible by any means, because it isn't. Matter of fact, the levels, Arbiter's Ground, City in the Sky, you know, like the Goron Mines, these levels are awesome. So, no, even though there was a lot of gimmicks I didn't like, such as the fishing and the wolf and all that stuff, I'd say the Zelda game that I hate the most, like I said, it's not Ocarina of Time, so don't get worried, I love Ocarina of Time. But it seems to be the only Zelda game that people never say anything negative about, because there's people that even talk negatively about Ocarina of Time. I absolutely hate A Link to the Past, folks. The enemies hit hard, the level designs aren't fun and innovative by any means, they're over with too quickly. The graphics were pretty good for their time, but the overworld isn't as large or expansive as the first game, which was on the NES, and that was the Super. A Link to the Past was on the Super Nintendo. And I just feel as if the 2 original Zelda games did everything better, except for control. And yes, I know without A Link to the Past it's an important game, but folks, just because the game is important doesn't mean that you have to love it. And like I said, if you love A Link to the Past, all the power to you. I get it. I get it. If you want a more linear Zelda game, and if you want your level designs to be simple, and if you want enemies to hit too hard, as a poor excuse for challenge, because the levels aren't challenging in the slightest, then you know what? The more power to you. But I'll just be the guy over in the corner saying I told you so, because Majora's Mask 3D is an awesome game. Yes, that's my favorite Zelda game. I'm a Majora's Mask fanboy. But there we go. We finished the first cup of this race. Not the race, but this DLC pack extravaganza. We are going to be doing the next cup as... Actually, you know what? Speaking of it, let's do it with Link, because he's my favorite character in the game. And... whoa, okay. That's pretty badass, but we're not going to do that right now. We're going to use the Circuit Special. And let's do it with... slick tires, yeah. There we go. And here we go with the Bell Cup with Neo Bowser City, Ribbon Road, Super Bell Subway, and Big Blue from F-Zero. And which, by the way, there was something that I am extraordinarily disappointed by. Nintendo's been kind of teasing us with a new F-Zero game because of this Mario Kart 8 DLC. So when at E3 they didn't announce an F-Zero game, I was a little upset. I was, because you've spent all this time hyping this up, like this F-Zero game with this Mario Kart 8 DLC, but then no F-Zero, what the heck? Which, by the way, because E3 was this week, I might as well give my views on it. Well, for Microsoft, the only thing I'm excited about is Forza 6. And backwards compatibility with the Xbox One, because, you know, I've been waiting so long for that. And but I have a question, because, it's like a nitpick. Will the Xbox One be downgrading the Xbox 360's hardware? Because it's running off the Xbox One. Will my Xbox 360 games be running at 60 frames a second? Because the Xbox 360 could only do 30 frames a second. So if I put, let's just say, Sonic Unleashed in the Xbox One, will it run at 60 frames a second? That's sort of like what I'm wondering here. For Sony, Kingdom Hearts 3 looks kind of cool. Kingdom Hearts is a series that I want to try to get into this year or this summer, but I'm having a hard time finding the game I want to play, Dream Drop Distance. I played the demo and I absolutely adored it, but I'm having a hard time finding the Kingdom Hearts games. But that was about it for Sony. Nintendo is like the thing that I focused on the most. Hyrule Warriors Legends is most certainly a game that I'm gonna buy because it has Tetra and Daphnis no Hansen Hyrule. Like, what the heck? Daphnis no Hansen Hyrule, the King of Hyrule? And he uses the King of Red Lions? Didn't that guy drown to death at the end of the Wind Waker? As I'll just kind of leave Hyrule, kids, you go up, whatever. And for some reason, this is a thing at the end of the Wind Waker. I'm getting off topic here, but how the heck do they breathe underwater when wearing water spacesuits? Because if you actually look, that's how Link is breathing underwater. He's in a water suit. So go back, watch the end of the Wind Waker. It was a game that I finished a couple months ago, and that was just something that I found such a nitpick. But, like I said, a really big nitpick. Then there's also Triforce Heroes, which is going to be kind of like a continuation of the Four Swords and Four Swords Adventures, which I think is going to be really neat. And it's usually a Link Between Worlds gameplay, and I love A Link Between Worlds. Aside from what I just said about A Link to the Past, I think A Link Between Worlds is A Link to the Past done right, because I love A Link Between Worlds. So, and because they like the totem, and how if you put the links on top of each other to solve the puzzle, I think the game is going to be fairly cool. And then we have Metroid Prime Federation Force, and it's not what I want as a Metroid game. I want something in the style of Other M, like a third-person action platformer. And the fact of the matter is, you're not even playing as your lead protagonist, like Samus Aran. You're not playing as her. You're playing as Galactic Federation soldiers, which is... I feel as if many Metroid fans in this world will be disappointed about that game. And I'm not the biggest Metroid fan in the world, but I found myself kind of going really? Why? Why not just make the game that everybody wants? Metroid Prime 4. Why not just make that as the game? Why not do that instead? Even though I'm not into first-person shooters, to say, just... I'm willing to say... Oh, which, by the way, that's a Yoshi's Woolly World cameo. And I might as well say about that, Yoshi's Woolly World is just going to be a Kirby's Epic Yarn ripoff, basically. I don't think it's going to be anything to write home about. Mario Maker, you can't expect me to pay full price for a game that isn't finished. I say if the game was a cheaper title, $34.99, something like that, then yes, I would most certainly get it, because I think the idea is cool. Or, instead, give us a couple of, like, made levels for each of the games, like the original, the sequel. Like, give us a couple pre-made levels, and then make your own levels as well. Like, give us, like, if that's going to be the way it is, give us a couple levels that, you know, you, like Nintendo, made themselves, in case you aren't the creative type. Because I feel like my mom put this in the best way possible. You're having to pay to program your own game, which is just stupid. And all that, so, yeah. And then, what was the other? Star Fox. Star Fox Zero? I have a confession, I've never played a Star Fox game in my life. Actually, yes, I have. I played Star Fox 1 on an emulator a couple of months ago, and I really liked it. I thought it was a kick-ass Super Nintendo game, by the way. So I don't have much to say about Star Fox, but I feel as if it'll probably be cool and we'll use the gamepad in the right way. Is there any more topics that I need to cover? Probably not. Probably not. I don't think there's anything else I need to cover. Oh, yes, there so is. This is a Sonic-themed channel, folks. I think you already know that. Sonic and Zelda-themed videos. Dodo Wrestling Fan, that's what he does, and Sega is going to make a new Sonic game this year, and, you know, when I heard that chime, I got really excited. It's like, oh, yes, what is it? Is it Sonic Adventure 3? Sonic Adventure 3! Sonic Adventure 3! Make it happen, please. Sonic Boom, Fire, and Ice. And here's the thing. I think it's going to be the best of the Sonic Boom franchise because I saw the trailer and it really doesn't look that bad. Because here's the thing. Shattered Crystal wasn't terrible in its own right. It was just too heavy on the exploration and the game was over with too quickly. Those were the only complaints that I had with it. Hell, there's even some things I kind of liked about Rise of Lyric too. I don't know, kill me for it because it's the internet, but there were some things they did right with that game too, but it's the worst Sonic IP out there. And I am willing to admit that. So, like, intellectual property of Sonic, so, and because Sega, after the Sonic Boom fiasco of late last year, why, in their minds, would they decide to make another one? Why not make Sonic Heroes 2? Why not make Sonic Adventure 3? Jeez, make Sonic Adventure 3. Or just make a next Sonic game, like continue on from where you left off with Lost World. Make a game like Generations. That's what I want to see. Like the modern Sonic gameplay of Generations, just with new levels. And you may say, well, the Sonic Generations PC mod community. Well, I never had a PC that was strong enough to run the thing, and judging to the fact that our piece of crap Acer E15 broke within a couple of months, like, it ran Sonic Generations PC, but it was so laggy. And it was odd, because, like, I don't know what you need to run Sonic Generations PC, so that's completely out of the question for me, folks. And probably, this is the hardest level of the DLC, I just thought I'd get that out of the way right now, but, yeah, like, I don't know, like, that's out of the question, I was never able to do it, so I want, like, my entertainment. Like, I'm not a PC gamer, I'm a console guy, so I want a new Sonic game in that style. So when I saw like Sonic Boom, like, it's more just why would they do it? Why would they do something as stupid as to make another Sonic Boom? But the other games were such financial failures, and I know in my heart of hearts that this game is going to be a financial flop too. So, like I said, why would you make a game based on your least popular, most reviled IP? That's just stupid. Like, I get it. The success of the cartoon. The cartoon is like the most watched cartoon on the Cartoon Network right now. I understand. Hell, the cartoon deserves the views. It's a good cartoon. It's a great Saturday morning cartoon. If I were a little kid, I would wake up at 7 and I'd watch it. Actually, I wake up at 7 to begin with, but whatever. But, like, it's just why. That's all I can say is, like, it's gonna be the best, but why? That's the only thing I have to say about that, folks, really, is just darn. But here we are, folks, Big Blue, and this course looks crazy, and it's because it is. I love Big Blue. This course is awesome. Oh my god, I screwed up the intro. But, also, in a Hyrule Warriors Legends, like I said, I don't know how many people will comment on this video. Sorry about that, but I don't know how many people will comment on this video or not, but tell me what you think the golden, like, ocarina stands for in, like, Hyrule Legends. Like, I've been kind of thinking about that ever since I saw the initial trailer, when I was all stuffed up watching, like, live E3 coverage. So I was just kind of, like, wondering, like, what the heck, you know, that could mean. Is it going to be, like, a Hyrule, is it going to be, like, an Ocarina of Time sort of thing? I don't know. Which, by the way, the music for this level is awesome. This is the best track in Mario Kart 8. And it's because it's not a track from Mario Kart, it's a track from F-Zero. And have any of you played F-Zero, folks? Raise your hands for how many of you have actually played. You dingus. Right then and there. Right then and there. Really? That couldn't have been any more disastrous. Like, that was literally the worst point it could have ever gotten, but... Folks, no. Oh. Come on, dude, really? But yeah, actually, this part reminds me of the Stone Tower Temple a lot. Because, like, the world is upside down and you see the water below you. That just really reminds me of Stone Tower Temple. Which is a good thing, by the way, because that's my favorite level in the Zelda series, is Stone Tower Temple. Nothing beats Stone Tower Temple. Not the Spirit Temple, not the Arbiter's Grounds. But we are at the epic conclusion of this course, folks. There we go. So I really don't know what the subject I was on. I kind of forget what I was on, but I know it was about E3. But that's all I really... Those are my thoughts on E3. I thought, overall, I'd give it a B. Like, last year's was worse, but this year's wasn't as good. Like, in my opinion, the best ever E3 was 2006. Nintendo stole the show. Like, they completely stole the show. And, like, Microsoft's presentation was great. And we got the ever-infamous Sony 2006 E3 coverage, which was awesome. Don't any of you remember that? Like, it's not in the good way either. It's in the bad way. Like, $659 Canadian? Jeez! And I still remember, like, I was waiting years for, like, the price to go down on a PS3 before I got one because the price was so high. It's not the mid-90s anymore where it's like the Panasonic 3DO. That's not okay to price your console that high. But eventually it really went down in price. But yeah, that's not okay. And then we even got, you want to see a wing mirror? I'll show you a wing mirror. Like, that's just stupid. And then, you know, attack its weak point for massive damage. Like, the only other E3 conference that I think could ever match the stupidity of... Oh, and Ridge Racer! Ridge Racer! How could we ever forget about that? But, the only other one that I think could ever match the stupidity of Sony's 2006 would be, Konami's 2010 one. Oh, if you want to laugh your butt off, like, and if you want to hear so much English, that's like, oh man, Konami's 2010, log it up, it is the greatest. Like, it's the worst, but it's the greatest, folks. So I thought I might as well cap this off by doing one lone race in 200cc, just to show you how crazy fast braking is crucial. So, let's use Rosalina, I don't care. Yeah, Crimson Slims, bro. But yeah, let's do Rosalina and a sneaker. Yeah, let's use the Crimson Slims, yeah. Let's just do a course that I'm really good at, so let's just go off and do Mushroom Cup. Let's just show you how ridiculously fast, like, one race is, just to prove to you what 200cc is, because I'm already, like, this is at the 30-minute mark. This is a long video, so... I guess that's the sort of compromise. My videos are longer, but I don't make as much of them. And my next video is going to be a guitar cover, so look forward to that. But let's do this first. Let's do this one thing. One, go! We are off. This is as fast as Sonic Unleashed! Jeepers creepers! Yeah, it's like a complete 180 from what you're used to in Mario Kart games. It's like a roller coaster. Anybody remember that first-person view from Mario Kart 7? I wish that was here just so like, it could be like my own personal roller coaster. Like, whoa! Whee! Screw you, Six Flags! I don't want to wait in line. I got Mario Kart 8 200cc DLC that costs $7.99. Or no, $9.99. Sorry, folks, $9.99. But I'd recommend if you don't have them to buy them together, as you're getting a fantastic deal. Like, what is it, like $12.99 for both of them? That's a phenomenal deal for the content you're going to like. Hell, this has been a two-parter sort of thing that took months in advance, but I'm sorry, folks, that it took so long to get this one out. It's just, I had to wait for the DLC to come out now, didn't I? Morton! Morton Koopa, what a laughing stock. Kind of like Tubby. Remember Tubby? Whatever happened to the name Tubby? Like Patrick Star Tubby? I remember that. Well, folks, there we go. That is a racing. Whoa, I still won, but hey, there we go. Well, folks, that's all I really have to say for right now. I'm gonna do a little like because I don't have the editing power to do an end slate. This is sort of my end slate right here. Yeah, my next video will be a guitar cover. And then I'm going to do a review. Of what review? I have no idea of what I'm going to do a review on. I'm thinking about doing Smash Bros. DLC because I don't want to buy Lucas. I don't. But I want to buy Ryu so bad because I'm a Street Fighter fan too. And I love how you gave him, like, simplistic to use for casual fighting game fans, but for competitive fighting game fans, like, more myself. Like, you gave him, like, the intricate button combinations to do even more powerful attacks. I adore stuff like that. How you have options. That's fantastic. But, yeah, that's pretty much, what I want to do. Because I remember, like, at the beginning of this year, which was 6 months ago, folks, I promised that I'd do the Super Smash Bros. Review, and I still haven't done it, so jeepers creepers, you know. But hey, I've been so busy with so many things. I'm playing Skyward Sword right now, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and after this I played every single one, so you name it. I beat Adventure of Link. So, you know, folks, don't mess with me because I've beaten some of the toughest games around. The Adventure of Link, the original Ninja Gaiden, like, trilogy, I beat them all. Castlevania 1, like, like, admittedly, my life expectancy has probably gone down by 17 years from playing them, but still, don't mess with me. Don't mess with me because I'm a pro. I'm a pro, bro. I'm a pro. But that's all I really have to say for now. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. This is the Dodo Wrestling Man, signing out, and see you for our guitar cover.